What we're going to go over in this movement are our barbell hip thrusts. Now, for this, you are going to need a barbell, probably going to get a pad for the barbell as well to protect your hips, and either a box, a bench, or something for you to lean up against. It could even be an attachment that goes onto the squat rack, okay? I usually use just a box or a bench because you don't have to think about how high it is. They're always the same height. I'm currently using a 20-inch box just for reference. So if you're using like one of the flat benches at your gym, they'll be roughly about the same height. Now, the first thing I want to cover with this movement, it's really important to be aware that we're focusing on the hip hinging pattern. It's all about our hips hinging and then driving forwards so we can really use our glutes, our bum muscles, and those muscles at the back of our thigh, our hamstrings, okay? Now, when doing this, I want you to ensure there's no spinal movement, meaning none of this, no rounding and no extending while you're doing this. Because we're really trying to isolate the movement coming from the hips, if our spine's moving, it's taking away that movement from the hips, okay? So when getting into position, the first thing we need to do is make sure we line up the edge of the box with the center of our back, okay? So I'm gonna sit down, bring that pad back to my hips. Now from here, I'm going to use my elbows to prompt me up so that the middle of my back, just underneath my shoulder blades, is on the box, okay? My feet now are about hip width apart, and I've brought them forwards a little bit, just so that when I hit the top of the movement, I can be roughly at 90 degrees with my hips. I'm placing one hand, on the line closest to the center of the bar, really pressing the bar into my hips. I'm now going to tuck my chin, embrace the double chin so that I can really brace my core. All I want you to do now is drive those hips up and squeeze your bum as hard as you can. We're going to come back down to the floor, come up, squeeze your bum. Back down to the floor, come up, squeeze your bum. Whenever we get to the top, I want you to make sure you're not leaning back over the box like so. Make sure you keep your chin tucked, your chest comes down with your hips, and then we drive everything up together. Chest goes up with our hips, okay? Everything is moving as one so that we can then really isolate and target that hip hinging motion, okay? Keep this one simple. If you really struggle getting set up with a barbell and a bench or a box, okay, let me know. We can find some different variations for you. But this is a classic favorite. This is our barbell hip thrust. Please be sure to send me through some videos of you completing this exercise. Try and get the best angles available, whether it is a side angle or a front angle, depending on the exercise. This way I can make sure that I'm helping you perform the best technique possible for the given exercise. Send through the videos in the direct chat available to you, and then I'll give you some feedback straight away.